Good day everyone, welcome to DokusCore. My name is Docus and I'm going to teach you today how to convert a plugin that is based upon a different framework to DokusCore. I've been asked a lot if the framework is ready to be used for a live server. The answer to that is yes, but it does require you to do some work getting your plugins installed, as we have not made them all yet. I have said in the update video 061 that this is quite easy to do. But as we don't have the API documentation at this right moment, not everybody knows how to. Before I'm going to show you how to convert the DokusCore plugin, I want to send out a mention. Theodore will soon be in the progress of building a server that runs upon DokusCore. This will include the DokusCore plugins, but also loads of other plugins that we already have converted, plus extra plugins that we will still convert. This way you can take a copy of the server and basically have a server that has everything in it and is ready to go. This could be the basis for your server, and slowly when we release our own plugins, we will help you to transition by updating the server pre-build. This way you are already able to use DokusCore with the minimum amount of effort and work that has to be done from your side. Though keep in mind that you might have plugins that we didn't convert ourselves. Those you have to still do yourself, or you can send it to us, let us know which plugins those are, and we can have a look at it. So with no further ado, let's convert a plugin to DokusCore. So on the desktop right now, the script that we are going to convert today is redemrp witness. I've taken this script because it's not a huge script. There is not a lot in there that needs to be converted. So that's for the first video, take small steps. That way you guys will be able to follow what I'm doing. So let's take a look at the example. So within your script, or whenever you want to trigger this event, you're going to do redemrp_witness call witness. You give it a title, what in this case will be shop robbery. You give it a text, what in this case is I saw a man robbing a store, and the job. So everyone that has that job gets reported to. Let's have a look at the script itself. So we go to client, and then we're going to search for that event that has been called. So this is the call witness. It has the title, the text, and the job. They get your coordinates of the player, and then they go to the server with the codes of your player, the town that you are currently in, and of course the parameters that you have set whenever you call this event. Going to the server, this is what's get called, and basically what it's doing is it's checking if you filled in a job parameter, and if you didn't, it defaults to sheriff. Then it gets all the plays on your server, it loops through all the plays, and it checks if the player has the job that you have defined or sheriff. If so, this is going to get triggered. So let's copy this, go back to client, and this is what's doing. So zone is going to be the location that you are in, and it's sending out a chat message saying that the citizen has some information for you. It spawns in the NPC. It does that near your location, so it looks like if a NPC is in your location whenever you done a kill. If not, they're going to create the NPC. So load the model, create the NPC, wait for it to exist, set a random outfit, and then this whole task is going to be executed. And I think what it does is the NPC comes to you at first, and then I think it starts running away, and if you don't kill it in time, it will rat you out. So everybody that has that job that you defined or sheriff will get a chat notification saying whatever you typed in, so the title and the text. What I'm going to show you guys is how you can convert this the easy way, so directly. So let's set up and start converting the plugin. So let's look at the code. We know from the example that we are calling call witness, and The title was shop robbery. The text was I saw a man rob the store. And the job, of course, everybody that has that job will see that notification. We are getting the codes of your player, and then we are going to the server file that will go through all the players, see if they have that job, and then we'll execute the info. Basically, NPCs are getting spawned in near these sheriffs. They walk up to the sheriff and say like, hey, I have some information for you. If you did not kill the NPC in time, of course. So let's convert this. We're still going to need the codes. And what we're going to do here is we're basically going to say local user is TSC, because TSC means trigger server callback. Now we are going to immediately use the DokusCore built-in callback system in order to grab some information from the database. So we're going to say DokusCore core because we're going to access the core framework. dbget because we're going to grab information from the database, and the database table that we want to access is characters. We want to grab all the characters from the database. So what we're going to do is just simply type all. That's it. And behind this you can just type .result because this returns two elements in the array, what means exist and result. And with exist you can just simply check if there is any data in the database, and result of course will hold the result, but I want to immediately access result because I know there is information in the database. We're basically still going to trigger the server event, but now at the end we're also going to type in user because we're gonna send over the data that we have grabbed from the database. Going to the server file. What we're going to do here is we're going to change a couple things. First, at the end we had user. That's what we added it in the client file. And now let's just make some couple spaces here. We're still going to do the exact same thing here. So job underscore is job, and if you don't give it a job, it defaults to sheriff. And now just like below here, we have to go over all the players that are on in your server and give them the notification if they have the right job. But we're not going to do it via get players because we just send in a table that contains all the users in your database. People that are not online will not receive the notification anyway. It's not going to give you an error, but it will just not do anything. So we don't have to actually grab the players and then do a couple more checks. We can actually directly go to what we want to do. So we are going to loop through all the information that user contains. And if I'm going to look again in the database, it says job name and then sheriff. So that is basically what we want to access. So we're going to say if v.jobName equals underscore job, then end. So if the job name, what in my case was sheriff, equals underscore job, what is sheriff, if you don't pass anything, and even if you pass sheriff, it will still be sheriff, of course. And then we're going to do this trigger. And that's it. Basically, you can delete all of this, and that was conversion done. There is nothing more that you need to do on this script. The only thing you had to do was grab the data here in the client file, pass it through as an extra parameter, then look through all the users in that table, check the jobs, and then if they have that job, send the information back to the client. What will give you this chat message. But of course, if your character ain't online, that character will not receive a chat message. So if you have character ID 1, it will also try to send the message to character ID 3 because you're actually grabbing all the users. So let's say I am inserting 2 extra characters into the database. And they're all my characters, and they're all sheriff, but I am only online with character ID 1. So what it tried to do is it also tries to send the notification to character ID 2 and 3, because whenever we are grabbing the information, it grabs all the information from the database. And it loops through my character ID 1, 2, and 3. This will always be equal to true, because all 3 of the characters are sheriff, so this will execute. But whenever it gets here, this one will not execute because your character ain't online. I hope you understand that, and basically that's it. That is all you need to do to get this plugin to work. Quite easy. So there you go, that was it. That is how you convert a plugin from a different framework to work with DokusCore. It was very easy, also because this plugin was not that big. So you will have bigger plugins that have much more triggers, so you will have to convert them too, but it is definitely possible. As I said before, we are in the process of building a pre-built server that has not only just the DokusCore plugins, but also plugins from different frames that are converted, so that you can already use DokusCore as your server that has a lot more of the jobs and everything in it as you're used to it. And in the meantime, we will be creating our own plugins and then swapping them out and giving you the updates. Now and then I will record whenever I'm coding, so you guys can see that also and see what I'm doing, how I work with the DokusCore API and learn from that. In the future, I also will make videos on specific things on DokusCore, like accessing the database, how we do, for example, checking 2 different set of chords and the distance between it. Because all that DokusCore does differently. You can still use the natives like you're used to, but DokusCore does it in a different way, so you have less parameters to work with, less code to work with. So those videos come up too, and those are specifically there to inform already known developers, like developers that are known with Lua and with RedM, to update them on how DokusCore does it, but also to teach new upcoming developers how to work with the DokusCore API. For now, that was the video. I hope you guys learned something useful from it, and if so, please like the video. If you would like to help DokusCore, you can do this in multiple ways. Like this video, as already said, subscribe to our channel, because with 100 subs we are going to get a custom YouTube URL. You can boost our Discord server that would enable us to use custom banners and overall let the Discord look more neat. But most of all, if you find any bugs within DokusCore, please report them back to us. That will help us immensely, as you will inform us that those bugs exist, and that enables us to start fixing them. I want to wish you guys and girls a wonderful day, enjoy your server, and until the next video.